Good day, lords and ladies, and welcome back to Battle Brothers with me, Cornish-Knight, and our Cornish-Knight mercenary company. As I was saying, they won't be... Basically, I'm not appearing in this game as a person, well, I'm appearing as the commander, but unfortunately, that means that my person won't be on the field. I do like this. I like a lot of the things in this game. I like the fact that the factions are randomized. It's just really pleasant. Everything is like randomized, and we'll get on to our adventure. We haven't got a lot of supplies. We haven't got a lot of money. We've got enough money to last us 15 days. That's not fantastic. Trading caravan. One of the things I wish the developers would put in this was the ability to attack neutral parties. You can do it, don't get me wrong, but the problem that I have is that you have to basically have low standing with the town or faction to do it. You have to have unfavourable standing with the faction. That's just me camping, and because basically camping allows you to enhance time. Here we go. Menrad the treasurer awaits you impatiently, pacing back and forth as you put down your bags and muddy boots. Finally, you're here. I have good news. We got hold of one of Hoggett's former men. The healer who damn near killed you with a fire poker is standing nearby, picking chunks of dried blood out from his fingernails. Menrad the treasurer laughs. We had a nice little talk with him. Well, nice little talk with the man, and I know now where Hoggett's licking his wounds. I'm eager to rid myself of him once and for all. You give him a waiting look and then ask, "Well, where is he?" Menrad the treasurer straightens up, as though the excitement has lost him a fair bit of composure. "All right, he's hiding out in some small hut on the hills southwest of here. I'll mark it on your map. Apparently, he managed to gather more men in the short time since your battle. I suspect he knows the Cornish-Knights are on his heels, like a bunch of bloodhounds. Good luck." I might grab some more people. Please let there be. Yeah, there's no one. The thing is, I'm worried I've only got like 3 guys. No, I've only got 6 guys. What's this? Outlaw encampment, let's go. I'm gonna try it. I got 6 guys. It should be enough. Hopefully, I say repeatedly to myself. I'm sorry guys if any of you lot get murdered. It's not my fault. A few bandits and a bandit marksman. Also a few bandit thugs and a bandit marksman. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Engage! To battle we go. Actually, that's not a bad position to be in. If we can... hold this position, I'm going to try and move some of my guys up. Right, who do I want to shoot with Wiseman? Bandit thug with a pickaxe, bandit thug with a flail, bandit thug with a shield and a hand axe. And there's the dastardly Hoggart. I'm gonna have to kill him off. He seems to be relatively well armoured. I'm gonna go with the pickaxe because I'm scared of that the most. Ooh, yes. The bolt fires out of Wiseman's crossbow and sort of buries deep into the bandit's chest, sort of going through his padded jerkin. Come on, rogue, time to go and earn your pay. We'll put you up here for the moment. Get up into a good defensible position. My men rush to form a defensible perimeter around this hillside as we try to basically keep it under control. And the bandit thugs approach, marching in a tight formation. think I'm going to hold Jack here for a second. Wiseman knocks another bolt to his bow and lets fly. Unfortunately, the arrow misses and goes wide. Got to send Rogue up onto this hillside so he gets a bit of advantage. And I'm going to send VDR here to hold this high point of ground. I'll get CMod to basically sealed up. Ooh, that's nice. That's the sealed wall tactic basically coming to effect, holding them back. Ooh! Nicely done, the Fuax. The Fuax lunges at his spear as they sort of come towards him in the gaggle, and he manages to gut one of the bandit thugs who gets too close, jamming his spear into the man's throat. And the guy topples over, bleeding, dead on the floor. I'm going to do the spear wall again and hold. And this bandit thug attempts to try his luck as well, but he manages to get through this time. Jack, seeing this, rushes to aid his comrade, while Rogue, taking his chance, jumps at the lone wounded bandit thug who's from earlier, and smashes him in the head with his woodsman's axe, cleaving into his skull and finishing him in a torrent of blood and violence. Right. Now I think I'm going to do decapitation. They all have different abilities. This is your standard attack. Decapitation, a devastating blow aimed at decapitating the target on the spot. Does more damage to hit points the more the target is already injured. Killing the target will always decapitate it, even if at all possible. How wounded is he? Not that badly. Let's. He manages to block it. Oh dear. Wiseman knocks another bolt to his crossbow and lets fly at the archer again. This time the bolt hits true and pierces the man in his side, and the archer grabs himself to try and steady to stop the bleeding. I think I'm going to have CMod keeping up his sealed defence up on the hill. The wounded archer lets fly, but probably due to his injury he can't quite land the right blow. Defurax lunges forward again, getting past the man's shield and jabbing him deeply into the upper thigh of his spear. Blood is flowing freely by this point, and the unfortunate thug is not looking too well, not well at all. The thug lashed out with attack, but failed to hit. Gonna put him back. I'm gonna pull Rogue back for a second because I don't really want to commit him to the fight because this guy's pretty heavily armoured. We've got Jack here, his pitchfork reaches over and lashes out, but the bandit thug blocks it expertly. Wiseman, come on, send him to the grave. He misses it, unfortunately. Shield up again. VDR lashes out of a hail of blows, but he fails every hit. Oh dear, the Furax is getting rather tired now. He's sort of there, desperately hoping to finish this fight, and with one last blow he manages to jab it into the thug's side, in a gap already made in the armour from where the crossbow bolt landed. And with one final gasp, the thug staggers backwards and dies. Seeing his chance, Rogue darts forward to try and engage the archer in close combat. Unfortunately, Haggart looks like he's got other plans. But a nice shot from Wiseman slams into him hard, smacking through his chainmail and burying itself deeply in him. CMod desperately attempts to try and hold the hill and rushes forwards, but his blow is blocked by the man's shield. VDR attempts to help his comrade in arms and jumps up to try and overwhelm the lone attacker. Fearing for the lives of their comrades, a lot of the Cornish-Knights rush up the slope to try and take out the person responsible for so many of their friends' deaths, while Rogue finishes off the archer with one brutal hit that cracks the man's collarbone and buries itself deep in his chest. Jack quickly jumps up the slope as well to try and assist with his own polearm. But it looks like Hogarth won't go down without a fight. And as VDR exchanges blows with him, he takes a hit that just sort of cuts through his padded jerkin. And lightly wounds him. It does not look. His things are starting to get slightly tense up on the hill. Seamod slams into him with a blow that cracks him across the nose and tries to finish him, but it fails. And the Fuax, still rather winded from his earlier attack, makes one attempt to hit him, but he manages it. It dents his armour. The man's chainmail is quite badly ripped by this point, but he's still holding. Another strike again. The man is bleeding quite badly by this point, but is still holding firm on his ground. Jack, seeing this, takes advantage and leans over and jabs at him, but unfortunately the bandit leader's shield holds for now. Come on, VDR, you can do it. Yes, and one final blow, VDR sort of lashes out with his meat cleaver and manages to get past the man's shield and decapitates him in a final blow. We've got some more of a nice loot. Salt, some mushrooms, dried fruit, a little bit of gold, a little bit of ammunition, a quiver of arrows, a pickaxe, a hatchet, a falchion, sorry, I always get that mixed up, a couple of shields, all good. Let's see how our guys are holding out. I know that Rogue leveled up. So this is the leveling up system. Every time you level up you get points to put into your stats. Rogue has bonus points to basically go into his melee attack, melee defense, and resolve because of the little stars that are next to it. So they're basically like traits that you can get. So I am going to put up his melee attack, up his melee defense, and I think I'm going to increase his resolve isn't too bad. I want to increase his stamina though, because basically using great weapons is really tiring. Oh, he's got pessimist. Well, the glass is definitely half empty in this man's case. Minus 5 points of resolve for resolve checks. That's not fantastic, but right now we get to choose him a perk. Crippling strikes, cripples your enemy, lowers the threshold to inflict injuries, but that's really nice. But I do like Colossus. Bring it on, hit points increased by 25%. Also reduces the chance of sustaining basically injuries. You basically debilitating injuries when being hit. That's nice. That one's quite nice. Recover unlocks the recover skill, which allows for resting a turn in order to reduce your accumulated fatigue by 50%. That's nice. I'm going to go with the Colossus because I think that's probably the best one. And then every time you sort of put a perk in, you can get more perks. There's some really nice ones later on down the tree. Now let's look at our gear, shall we? I definitely want to give him something better than a cleaver. That's nice, actually. I think this is a good. The hatchet's a good like middle ground, because that does more damage, but you use up a lot more stamina to do it. That's nice. I might go with that for him though, just because you can. It's good for like smashing through enemy shields. got a couple of bits and pieces. Falchion. I like the spear. I might hold on to actually. That does a lot more damage though. Let's do that for now, that does a bit more damage. I know I was saying about the armour, but I like that damage. Let's trundle back to town. Okay, here we go. After the battle, Hogarth lies dead in a pool of his own blood, skewered in a grotesque and panicked pose. He didn't weasel his way out of this one. You put a boot on his corpse and look at your men. For the company, for all the men who've fallen. Wiseman the blade spits on the dead man's face. Let's take this bastard's heads and get on back to Whitetail. It's not a cheerful mood that the men are in, but it's a content one, like a blue haze glowing before a furious rising sun. The deed is done, the company avenged. In this world, that's about as much closure as one can hope for. So we sort of avenge our former comrades, and the Cornish-Knights press on. Whitetail, yeah. Along the way, you lead the way back to Whitetail as Wiseman the Blade picks up the pace to catch up with you. Got a moment, Captain. You nod for him to speak his mind. The battle has left arm and shields battered, and the men have sustained some wounds. Perhaps we should make camp so we can get everything in order and put our bandages on. Will be a lot quicker if we don't have to do it on the road. Every man maintains what equipment they carry, but you'll have to say if we should repair some of the plunder as well. Need to have tools for that, of course. Just we keep in mind the campfire will be seen afar, and especially come night time. So basically he's recommending that we camp. Making or breaking camp. While in camp, time goes faster and your men will heal and repair their equipment at a faster rate. However, you also make her vulnerable to being caught in this surprise attack. I think I just do it for now. Even if it's just basically to make her unhappy and to get along with the tutorial. Let's break camp. Okay, that didn't seem to be enough. That's not great. I was hoping to get it done. Oh well. The company returns to Whitetail as victors. The heads held much higher than the last time they visited. The Cornish-Knights are not the size they once were, but still a force to be reckoned with, as Hogarth the Weasel learned too late. You carry his head in a sack that you empty in front of men round the treasurer's feet. As it rolls towards him, he takes a step back, momentarily startled, only approaching again with curiosity. So it really is him. Yes. I'm rid of him, he laughs. Menno the Treasurer rubs his hands, his face turning into a grimace of cold satisfaction. Not speaking a word, his eyes glued to the weasel's face, frozen and slack-jawed gaze. He grasps his hands, he claps his hands for the servants to fetch the crowns and pay you as promised. You raise your voice to the men. As long as there is blood coursing through our veins, as long as we can hold sword and shield in hand, there shall stand the Cornish Knights. We've done it before and we'll do it again. We'll make the company known throughout the land. The men cheered. The Thorax put his hand on your shoulder. You did well, Captain. Wherever we travel from one village to the next and look for work or head out to explore and plunder on our own, the men will follow you as brothers in battle. Everything's closed. Right, I better get some night to see, because there's no point moving around in the dark. There's some really bad advantages for doing it. Let's see what we've got in town. Anyone new to recruit? No. I'm going to get rid of the cleaver and some of the less nice clothing. How do our supplies look? They'll last a little bit longer. I mean, what's a cheap bow looking like? Short bow. I'd like to get a crossbow, but they're so expensive. And plus, we'd have to then buy a quiver of bolts. Maybe worth it. I still haven't got a person for it yet, unfortunately. I think that's going to be our next. We need to go and recruit some more people. Grimstad? That might be a place to go. Or we could go here to... Okay, I'm going to probably butcher this name. Hanzer? I can't pronounce that name, I do apologise. But they're both relatively small villages. Let's try this one. We need work anyway. We could go to Blasted. That might be a place to go. I do love this world. The whole world is basically randomised, which is really nice. So the world you play in is never the same. On with our travels. I might take a shortcut. One thing I will say is that unless you press space to pause time, the time will keep ticking on even if you're just like standing around, so just be careful of that. Ooh, they've got sheep, goat pens, cheese and meat are available. Armourer. Let's see if there's anyone we can hire. Messenger. Background in brawling. Farmhand. High hit points, high maximum fatigue, high melee skill. I might go with this bloke actually. Ferdinand. Burly and with church bells for fists, Ferdinand spent much of his past year sharpening his boxing skills on the grindstone, but is his fellow man. A lover of the bar brawl, the man has apparently been banned from too many taverns to count. This man could murder a rock and endure a stone, a good addition to any outfit. Let's hire him. Let's see what we get for our money. That's not... I was hoping for someone who had a better fight value, but he doesn't have any speciality in it either, which is not fantastic. I'm gonna have to try and get him some armour if I can. To see if there's anything worth grabbing here. That's not bad. A bit beaten up. I need those tools even if they are expensive. I mean, well, not really that expensive. They're 2 gold over the asking value. Food is okay for the moment. That's not going to be selling well here, so I'm going to hold on to it for now. So let's get him suited up with slightly better gear. I should try and start getting them headgear really, because one lucky shot if he takes a head wound without head armour, he'll probably keel over dead. So I'm going to grab that. I mean, it won't give him that much protection, but it will give him a little bit. And I really mean a little bit. No contracts here either, so we sort of need to find people to do work for. We could go down to Langhalls. There might be work down there. It seems to be a slightly larger settlement, but there seems to be bits of it that are burnt. Oh, we could try going up to Grimstad. That may have work up there. Or over the Hell's Hovel. Let's go down to Langshoz. If nothing else, you might run into something on the road. Ore smelters. Burning hot ore smelters produce high quality metal ingots used for the weaponsmiths to create more sophisticated arms and armour. That's probably why the stuff there is cheaper. Because what they have like added onto the settlement depends what's more expensive and what's cheaper to basically get. I might just sleep for the moment on the road. Oh god. We're being attacked by something. You're being attacked. You can't make out who's attacking you in time. You have to defend yourselves. To arms! And it's pitch night and we can't see anything. Oh lord. Dire wolves. Quick. Wiseman. Oh, such a bad chance to hit. It's night time. See, look, we have a height advantage, but its distance is over 4 meters and it's in the dark. But we still managed to catch him with a crossbow. Didn't injure him, unfortunately. all the guards, all our men sort of get into position and start throwing up a shield wall to try and hold them off. Defoax quickly throws up to get ready. It's going to be an interesting fight. I'm going to basically wait a turn for him, hoping that he can get in. Come on. Oh dear. They're really charging now. Oh god. No! Stay away from my men. Rogue rushes forwards, hoping to sort of catch one unawares. Oh, I'll be shooting into my own guys, it's not worth it. I'll try and get around. Seamod slashes at the giant wolves, grievously injuring one, and making one really close to actually breaking, which is nice. VDR sort of lashes out with his hatchet, burying it deep into the wolf's hide. Unfortunately, he doesn't do enough damage to actually wound it sufficiently. Defoax lashes with his spear, missing every attack, except for the last one that really matters, as he buries it in the wolf's throat, and the wolf sort of staggers backwards off his heels and falls down. Ferdinand, I should have renamed you really, takes a swing at the die with his pickaxe and buries it deeply into its side. He tries again, but he misses. Jack, seeing the problem, rushes to his colleagues then and jabs at the beast with his pitchfork, but it doesn't quite hit. Oh god! What's happened? Defoax has been killed. VDR has been killed. Seriously? What, did they get critical hits or something? Oh, really? It's like, oh, by the way, oh, I don't believe that. Miss with the crossbow. I don't believe that at all. So we've basically lost Defoax and VDR. We didn't even get their armor back. Oh. This is really bad. Because now we've lost one of the original members of the Brotherhood, which is really a pain because they're really powerful. Right, let's level them up. Increases health. Increases range defense because he's going to get shot at a lot. Give him crippling strike. Cripples your enemies, lowers the threshold to inflict injury by 33%, which is always nice. C-mod. Up your strength, up your melee defense, up your health. And we're going to give you Colossus. And now I have to go and buy more people, which is just fantastic. This is turning out to be a really bad day for the company. Sorry, VDR and Defoax, you fought bravely, but the giant wolves seem to have had your number. Right, is anyone we can hire that? What is with all these really expensive people? They've got a contract, but I can't take it, because I need to hire men. I've got to go up to Bolstead. I mean, I got enough food. This is bad. I'm down to like 5 people. And there are monsters prowling about in the woods. You can see by the footprints on the ground. Actually, those are footprints. Oh god. Goblin Raiders. Goblin Raiders riding where, yeah, that's not good. They're basically goblins, wolf riders. Gotta get out of here quick. Get to Bolstad. Is there anyone here I can actually afford to recruit? Gonna have to get him and get another brawler. The problem is I can't really afford to get the cripple or the beggar because they have low resolve, low hit points and lower fatigue. I mean I could get another... Oh, I get these two. Right, let's see what you've got. Oh, I mean, he can make a competent archer. That's not too bad, but I mean, I've got no weapons to give any. Like, I need to buy armor. Melee's not too bad. See if there's any sort of like I need to go and buy some stuff. God, I mean this is a big town so we should get stuff, but it's going to be a lot more expensive. The problem is I need to buy them stuff so they can actually survive in combat. I mean, there's a bow there, but it's massively overpriced. This is not good. Barber allows you to basically customise what your characters look like, which is nice. I'll give him that. This guy can get the nice piece of armour. Right, we better think about trying to name these guys. So, who on the list do we have? I mean, sorry Defuax. Sorry VDR, I try my best, man. Ferdinand will become SK. Like I said, if you guys want to have a character in this, just basically leave a comment and I'll name them. I mean, judging from it, we're probably going to be going through a lot of these people very quickly, unfortunately. And let's call this person Indy. After someone that I know. Alfred will become... Lilycorn. He was another YouTuber that I know. Lilycorn. Right. I mean, do I want to mess around with the appearance of them? Maybe just change some of their hair colours a bit. Give some of them tattoos. I mean, you won't see them, unfortunately. I mean, you can do all kinds of things. You can sort of like change the build and all that kind of stuff. Maybe give him a beard. Maybe give him mutton chops. That may do. Wiseman. Keep Wiseman the same. C-mod seems fine. I'm not going to change his face too much. I don't want to like changing that. Let's give Jack Williams a bit more imposing beard and some tattoos. Hair. SK, I apologise in advance. Let's try and find a nice hairstyle for Indy. That doesn't seem too bad. Tattoos. Why not? Lilicorn, yep. I wish they had a like brighter hair colour. Well, let's go with that one. That seems cool. I'm gonna probably have to like rename some of these people at some point. I mean, like when I get more people, get sort of like Defuax and stuff back in, like Defuax the second, son of Defuax the first, who was mauled to death by a direwolf. Let's just quickly see what this contract is about. You enter the tavern and garner a few looks on your arrival. Men whisper to one another. The women oogle as they tend to do. The bartender's fists a cloth into a mug, calls you over. You're a mercenary You're that mercenary people have been wondering about. Curious, you ask how he could know, being that being that you aren't the only man walking around with a sword. He laughs. The eyes. That's where I can see it. You're a man who hunts the most dangerous sort of prey. A life taking lives is a world in and of itself, but you seek out those lives that have gained such odd values that their death would but a monetary application on others. A purchase is placed, so thus you become a means to a transition. Isn't it so? Is it? You're a bone collector, my friend, a grave digger paid in advance. You nod, understanding. Suddenly a man comes up to you and explains that a local figurehead by the name of Roderick the Merchant wishes to have your ear. When you turn back, the bartender is gone. I'm all ears. Roderick the Merchant sighs as if tired of all of the troubles, as though he's but about to start a conversation he's already had many times before. Philman, a man of some import here, states that bandits made a pass on his daughter. Now he's worried that they'll do the next time. Now he's worried what they'll do the next time. Luckily, that man is of some wealth and could easily track these bandits down. If I were to pay you a decent sum, how earnest could you drive one of them swords of yours through a bandit or two? How many coins are we talking about, you inquire? 370 crowns when the contract is done. See, this is the other element of the game. You can basically negotiate your contract. I want more on completion. Very well. Very well. Given your demands, I'll offer you this. I'll give you 430 crowns when the contract is done. Let's try and push a little bit more. Nope. Yeah, okay. He's not going to budge. If I try and push, he'll get annoyed and turn it down. Now, don't push this too far. You'll see 430. Accept it. Now, the interesting thing is we can have up to 3 of these contracts basically hanging about in the world. So if you wanted to, we could basically negotiate other stuff and then take the best contract as a job, because you can only have one job at a time. Accept this contract, but we need the money really badly. We've got like 5 days worth of pay left for the guys. Food and all the other things now. That's where we need to go to do it. But that will be for the next episode, ladies and gentlemen. I've been Cornish-Knight, and this is Battle Brothers. I really enjoy it. I suggest you tune in next time for the next episode. Goodbye.